Hello there, and I genuinely think I have perfected my custom minifigure display element. But if you are new to the series, let me catch you up quickly. So originally in what I'm going to call phase 0, because last time we got so confused with all of the different versions I have made, I brick built together a minifigure display that would replace the original CMF element, and this was brick built. And then I went a step further in what I'm going to call phase 1, designing a stand that looked very similar to the 1x4 window element we see already in Lego. However, it did have studs on the bottom. Now phase 2 upgraded this, making it a 3x4, the same size as the current CMF display plate. However, it did still have the sides like a thicker door that we used to see over in Lego City decades ago. And now for phase 3 of my minifigure display, which could potentially be the final phase. I really don't know how I'm going to improve it anymore. We have this minifigure display case. Now, what's different about this to the last one is with the last one, it had one massive weakness that we go over in the video. If you put a piece of Lego glass, the plastic glass, of course, in either side, it would trap the minifigure and you'd be unable to open either side. So I recommended using a door, but it's not as secure with a door compared to having a window either side. So I have completely switched up the design for this, and I think it's time we take a closer look. Now, this new design takes the beloved frame from the first few phases, and this is basically phase 0 and phase 1. Phase 0 was brick built, phase 1 was 3D printed by myself, and also takes the size of the previous, but also takes inspiration from some unique Lego elements. We're looking at this 3x4 container here, and this will become clear in just a second. In fact, there are only 4 3x4 Lego elements that are currently available on Studio. I own 3 of them here. We're looking at the current CMF display here, which is this 3x4. I believe it's called a tile with 4 extra studs. We've got this 3x4 slope, and the element I'm missing is actually also a slope, just with 2 studs on the top and sloped off either side. So there's 2 slopes, the tile slash plate and this container here. Now, the problem with the previous version is, like I said, when you have a window on both sides, you are unable to get the minifigure out. And someone did point this out in the comments. In fact, I was already working on a way to remove the top when I had this one made, which is why these studs weren't connected, and this is just the top of the 3 frames. And now allow me to introduce you to the brand new design. As you saw, 3D printed. The first one didn't turn out great. It is a bit rough around the edges, but it gets the point across. We've got the 2 studs in the middle so that you can use either of the previously mentioned display elements. We've got the one that most Star Wars fans will know and love, and it just clips in the middle just like that. But we've also got the custom one that I 3D printed that works with a few more minifigures, holding them from the legs without splitting them. So either of those do work on this. I went with 2 studs rather than building in any of them, because I think that element of choice really makes Lego stand out from anything else. We don't want a fully custom printed. I mean, at that point, you can just 3D print all your Lego models and you don't even need to build them. You can just download fully built models. But I did go back and reprint it a few times, so we had a nice, clean looking display for this video. There's a few different stringy bits of plastic, but it does look good enough. Now, the difference between this and the previous one, as you can see, is this one doesn't have a lid to it. And what that means is we can just slide in the Lego glass elements. These are official elements. There are holes. You might just be, I mean, I shouldn't have printed this in black if I wanted you to see, but there are little holes just down here at the bottom to hold the little bits that stick out on the Lego elements. They're not perfect. Perhaps I can revisit it and make it so it slots in really nice, but that just closes the gap towards the bottom. But we've got a problem. The minifigure can still escape. I feel like if you watch my video on Avengers Code Red and all the different Easter eggs, I feel like the collector from that, because he collects all of the different types of minifigures in these cages, and that's almost what it feels like here. But you can grab the CMF base plate. If we can't beat it, we might as well use it to improve our design, and just cap that off on top. And now you can probably see the similarity to the Lego container. You see what these teeth allow on the side is for other Lego elements of a similar size to clip on, and I have copied that across, but instead of the teeth being on the longer sides, we've got the teeth on these short sides here, and the glass elements actually add up to the teeth as well. So we are using those to hold on any element. It can be the plate, it can even be this container. I haven't tried it, and as you can see, the glass does, because of how fragile they are, you can pop the glass out at the front. So I recommend when you are putting any plates on, if you do want to try and copy this design, perhaps I can send this out at some point or include it in one of the members tier, you can even put the container on top. And the really cool thing about this is if you were to print multiples of these, this is one I made earlier, you can also connect them on top of each other. Like I say, it is a bit problematic and it's still not perfect by any means. Perhaps we can have a little connection at the top. Perhaps there is improvements for this after all, but as you can see, we can pop these together and stack these as high as we want. Like I said, this has been fully designed by myself, so I hope to see none of you going out and trying to sell this and mass produce this. But if you would like to buy this design to print yourself, or if you would be interested in perhaps buying a bunch of these fully printed already to display your minifigures, definitely let me know down in the comments, and perhaps at some point in the future of this channel I can get into contact with someone and start selling you these designs. It was heavily requested for the hex wall displays that I display my clone troopers on, and as I don't own that design, I wouldn't be able to sell you those. However, I can sell you these, and I think this is just way superior to the current minifigure display, because not only does it look cool, and also protects your minifigures from different elements, just like being left out generally on your desk. If you have one minifigure that you prize above all else, this is a great way to display them on your desk, just even in one container. You can use Lego elements to still see it, so you're not trying to buy any acrylic or glass elements which might up the price. These are pretty cheap Lego elements. You can even have custom backgrounds. And though I don't own any different colors, in fact my collection is exclusively trans blue and transparent, almost trans clear window elements, you can definitely get a few different colors that Lego make, or even add different stickers and create your own. If you do end up trying to print something similar to this, give it a go printing a window element and creating your own background. I'd love to see images. If you post them on Instagram, definitely tag me and I'll be sure to check them out. And if you can think of anything that will take this display to the next level, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. I appreciate all the feedback on this series as we do try and build the perfect minifigure display, and that is very hard to do because everyone has a different idea of perfect. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more custom Lego, not only can you go back and watch the previous videos, which I will try and leave links in the description, but today I also posted a short going over my custom YouTube play button that does in fact light up, but you'll have to check out the short for that. I'll leave that on the screen for you. Thank you so much for supporting this project. It has been a ton of fun, and if I never make another update, just know I will definitely be using these in the future. I hope you enjoyed, and may the bricks be with you always.